Welcome to the show, Dr. Quinn.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, always good to have you here with us. So we're talking about a tough topic because, of course, it's the holiday season and folks like to do just what you're telling us not to do. So let's talk about some of those foods we want to avoid.
Well, what the deal is, you got to have a plan.
Okay.
I mean, you don't want to just show up to the party hungry, which most people do. What I advise is go ahead and have something to eat before you go there.
Okay.
That way when you get there, you won't be tempted to eat the things that you normally would not eat.
And so you talked about overindulging as well. So how do we avoid that, along with our plan?
Right. Well, like I said, you don't want to go there hungry. You want to go ahead and eat something before you go, and try to choose the healthier selections like the vegetables, maybe the white meats. Stay away from the desserts, but if you do, just maybe have a portion of it and not the whole serving.
Right. And let's talk about, the beverage, the common beverage that often goes with those good foods.
Well, the deal is we go to the holiday party, and everybody's drinking. It's a festive time.
Sure.
I advise maybe drink 1 or 2 glasses of water for every alcoholic beverage, and maybe try to limit it to 2.
Okay.
Because, you're going to be tempted. And what I'll do is just walk around with a glass of water, and I'll be like, man, this Tanqueray, seriously. They don't know.
That's a good way.
Just, you want to be festive, but you also want to be safe. And, most of us, we're not going to drive to the, in a limousine. We'll have to drive ourselves home. So we want to make sure we don't, drink and drive.
Absolutely. So if we talk about certain foods, this is that time of year where everything has extra salt and the sugar on it.
Right.
Do you have any specifics, if you want to kind of keep your vegetable and fruit in the mix?
Well, the thing is, you want to, like I said before, when you get there, survey everything.
Okay.
You don't want to be hungry, and choose like the vegetables, maybe the fruits. I mean, they're going to be on the selection. Of course, you're going to be, going to the desserts and things, but the bottom line is you just want to make wise choices. But the technique that I've used myself is not going there hungry, because most people, they'll go all day without eating. When they get there, they're starving and they're just going to tear it up. So just want to be prepared.
Yeah, good advice. Do you need to give yourself so many pounds that you should try not to gain?
Well, the deal is, the research has shown that most people are going to gain 2 or 3 pounds during the holiday season, and it's going to set the trend for the upcoming year. So you want to just do the best you can. But I also note that people are off work during the holidays, and you have the mother-in-law there and your mother and your family staying with you. Go ahead and exercise during that time, and those are babysitters for your kids.
So no excuses is what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
okay, good. Well, as far as any other tips that, going into the new year, of course, you want to, couple your good eating with exercise, right?
Right, exercise. And, when you go to the holiday event and they offer you another piece of pie, maybe you can tell your grandma, say, I don't want to eat the pie because the rest of the food was so good. I just want to enjoy that. So it's okay to say no.
Always hard to say no to grandma's famous pecan pie, but that's a good way of kind of smoothing it over. Any other heart-healthy tips you want to just share with us again, as folks embrace the new year, just things we want to keep in mind?
Well, the main thing I want to leave everybody with is, if you go to the holiday party and you do have a drink or 2, it's not a good idea to drive home, because there are a lot of families out there, maybe people going to church on New Year's Eve, and you don't want to have an accident, because they've done interviews on people in prison that have had these untimely events, and you just want to be safe and get a designated driver.
Sounds good. As always, thanks so much for being with us, Dr. Quinn.